So if you're bougie and you only want to fly first class, you can check that here. However, I will say this over and over again, if you want the cheapest flight, you must. I honestly just realized this feature existed and I wish I had known about it a lot sooner. Hey, I'm Krista, a former airline gate agent and a travel junkie. One of the best tools to use when searching for cheap flights is Google Flights. And there are a ton of tools in there that you may not be aware of. This is a follow-up from my first video about Google Flights, so we are diving straight in past the Google Flights homepage. If you haven't seen that video yet, make sure you watch that one next for some more awesome tips. But not before you watch until the very end of this video, because the last feature is a game changer that allows you to find cheap flights while you sleep. So we're going to look at the search results page of Google Flights and all the cool ways that you can personalize your results to find exactly what you need. Okay, so we've already put in a departure airport, an arrival airport, and our dates. We've hit search. Now the first feature I want to talk about is the parameters at the very top of the page. So here you can put whether you want round trip, one way, or multi-city. So if you're planning an open jaw trip, multi-city is a great freaking tool to use. If you're not even sure what an open jaw trip is, make sure to comment down below and beg me to make a video on it. If I get like one comment, I'll make a video on it, okay? If you're flying with more than one person, make sure to change the number of tickets here. The way a lot of airlines price their tickets is through price brackets. So if you're searching for one ticket, that one ticket may be the last in its lower price bracket. But when you go to the airline to buy your tickets, you try and buy 4 tickets, they're gonna be more expensive because there was only one of those tickets left in that lower price bracket. Also, you can specify what class you're willing to fly. So if you're bougie and you only want to fly first class, you can check that here. The next feature I want to talk about is the plethora of filters that you can use to filter down your search results. So when you hit the search button, Google automatically sorts the list of flights by what it thinks are the best flights. But using these filters, you can tell it what the best flights for you are. So some of the really useful ones are stops. So if you only want a nonstop flight, you can specify that here. Or if you want to layover somewhere, you can specify that. Airlines. So if you only want to see certain airlines, you can specify here. So maybe you refuse to fly on a certain low-cost airline. You can uncheck that airline here. Or perhaps you're looking to change a flight that you already have booked and you're looking for cheap flights only on that specific airline. This is also a great way to filter those search results. Bags. So some airline tickets do not come with a carry-on bag. So this filter here, while it's not going to show you only the tickets that have a carry-on bag included, but it will add the price of that carry-on bag so you know what your overall total would be for that ticket. This filter is really nice if you don't mind flying on a low-cost carrier, but you know you're going to need a carry-on bag and you want to know the overall price with that bag included. Times. This one is very important if you don't have a flexible schedule. So say you know you want to leave on a Friday, but you know you can't leave until after work. That's where this filter comes in. However, I will say this over and over again, if you want the cheapest flight, you must be flexible with your times and your dates. If you are liking this video so far, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe, and let's dive right back in. The next feature is the date grid. So this is a great feature if you have a little bit of flexibility, but not a ton of flexibility with your dates. So here you can see if it's cheaper to fly out on, say, a Monday or a Sunday, or cheaper to come back, say, on a Wednesday or a Thursday. And the key to the date grid is that if it's green, it's good. If it's red, it's bad. So right next to the date grid is the price graph. So if you're more of a graph person, you can look here. This will give you a little bit bigger picture of when it is cheapest to fly, pretty much on a monthly basis. But I want you to know that this is not a graph of predictions. This is the current prices for those days, okay? And we have made it to the golden egg, people. Okay, this feature, I wish I would have known about this feature years ago, but I'm so glad I found it now. So if you're looking for a certain destination on certain dates, you can turn on alerts, okay? So it will email you if the price goes up or down and with other travel tips for that destination. So unfortunately, it only is specific to specific dates and destinations. However, this is a great tool to have in your arsenal for looking for cheap flights, especially if you know you have that 1 week vacation and you really want to go to Paris, but you can't find a cheap flight for that week. It's great to just turn on alerts and let Google Flights find the cheap flight for you. So definitely let me know in the comments below where you're gonna track prices to next. And if you haven't seen it already, make sure to go check out my first video on all the hidden features on the Google Flights homepage. Also, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more tips and tricks on how to travel the world without emptying your pockets.